a lot of people talk about like investing and growing your net worth and all of that. And I've realized through being a professional athlete and observing, my dad and just other professional athletes growing up, that you could have all this money in the world invested, but when you're done playing and you don't got income coming in, all right, I can say I got $100,000 in the stock market and it's up 50 grand. Unless I'm pulling that money out, that's speculative. It's going up, it's going down. Like, unless you're pulling it out, then what's that 50 grand doing for you? When I'm done playing, I need checks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Shawn Anthony. Listen, I'm excited because you're here. You're rocking with us for Extra Credit Friday. So let me tell you, this is where we go back, we revisit iconic conversations and bring you some of our most amazing guests. And today we are back with Devon Kennard. And here's the reason why we're back with Devon Kennard. He is someone who is an NFL player, who is somebody who went to college, graduated from USC, who made the NFL draft, to play for multiple teams such as the Arizona Cardinals and even the Baltimore Ravens. And on this episode, we talk about how it's important to have generational wealth outside of sports. I know you're seeing a lot happening right now with Colorado, with Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders. Those guys are doing amazing things out there. And I want to make sure we give you an episode that is right in line to what's happening. But you have to remember, after sports, after even education, you have to realize, okay, what am I going to use? How am I going to propel my family? So sit back, buckle up, enjoy this week's Extra Credit Fridays with the one and only Devon Kennard. I say, let's get Devon on the show. It's because I believe you are one of those athletes that like is currently playing, that it's already thinking bigger. I think of, a couple people that come to my mind. We see what, Draymond Green is doing and stuff like that. But for you to be out and about, speaking, talking about things like generational wealth, where did that come from?
I would say it came from when I was in college and even my senior year of high school. I started to have some injuries, and I've realized, like, man, I don't know if football is going to end up working out for me. I've dealt with injuries. I tore my pec off the bone. I've had a grade 4 microfracture in my hip. I've had labrum surgery. I've had 2 surgeries on my hands. So I've gone through quite a few injuries, and it was like, dang, am I going to make it? And it made me ask myself a question. What do I want my life to look like? And do I want it to look like that with football or with or without football? And when I made a decision, it was like, man, I want to be able to do what I want, when I want, how I want, and where I want, whether I'm playing in the NFL or not. And once I made that decision, it's like, all right, I got to get it on the field, but I also got to get it off the field and figure out how I'm gonna make it work either way. And that's been my motivation and kind of my driving factor since college.
And you look at life, right? One thing about life, if you live long enough, you begin to see, some of the amazing things that come with life, right? Getting married, having, children. I know, you have, children. What has, I think it's your daughter, what has she taught you about life and maturity?
It made me realize I now have 2 kids. I have a 3-year-old and an 11-month-old.
Congrats,
Two
man.
little girls, and the thing I've learned with being a parent is how selfish I was and how selfless you have to become.
Mm.
It's not about what you want all the time. It's not about where you want to be, what you need to do. I'm constantly having to think about, especially a person like me who wants to achieve and do so much in my life. I have to factor that in with how much time I'm spending away from my girls, the needs that my wife needs, how I'm going to be able to help her. I got all these aspirations, but I'm busy during football season. When it's off season, all right, I could go and chase all these other dreams, but like, what about my family? What about my 2 little girls? They need my time. They need my attention as well. So, I would say the selflessness I've learned, patience is another thing. You gotta be my 3-year-old. She going crazy right now. She going through a phase where she talking back a little bit and all those things and being patient and really teaching her and principles that I think are going to go a long way in life. Those, I think those are the 2 biggest things I've learned with being a parent so far.
Yo, that's real, fam. And, for me, I got 3 kids. One time I had 3 under 3. I have, the daughter and the 2 sons, but my daughter is 4 going on 5, and you would think she was 25. It's something about, it's something about that 3 to 5 range, man. They learn words, they watch enough TV shows, they know how to talk back to you and hit you where it hurt.
Oh, what? My daughter last night, I made her go to bed. She told me, "I don't like you, Daddy. You're a mean daddy." I'm like, "Come on, man," because I'm telling you, you got to go to bed. I'm like,
Man, listen, we get
"Geez."
the mean daddy by at least once every 2 weeks, man. It hits different though, because even if you're trying to be like dad and teach them, a part of you like, all right, I'm gonna chill out a little bit.
Yeah. Facts,
A
facts.
part of it's gonna do it for you, man. Listen, man, I can only imagine now though, right? When we talk about generational wealth, one of the things though that have made it like a staple to kind of educate, people who look like me and you on is real estate. Let's break it down, fam. Why real estate, and can you break down, what can real estate do for a lot of people right now that's listening?
Yeah, so I think the main reason why it became real estate for me is a lot of people talk about like investing and growing your net worth and all of that. And I've realized through being a professional athlete and observing, my dad and just other professional athletes growing up, that you could have all this money in the world invested, but when you're done playing and you don't got income coming in, all
Mm,
right, I can say I got $100,000 in the stock market and oh, it's up 50 grand. Unless I'm pulling that money out, that's speculative. It's going up, it's going down. Like unless you're pulling it out, then what's that 50 grand doing for you? When
mm,
I'm done playing, I need checks. I need money coming in. And that's why I talk so much about passive income and mailbox money. It's that exact concept of having money coming in monthly or regularly, quarterly at least, that's bringing you in actual cash. It's one thing to invest and invest for appreciation. You buy a stock investment, you're hoping it goes up. You buy a house that's not cash flowing, and you're hoping the value goes up. But it's another thing to invest with passive income in mind of I want to get to the point where I'm bringing in enough revenue that sustains my lifestyle to where when I'm done playing football or when I'm done doing whatever it is your profession is, your lifestyle doesn't have to change at all because you've been mindful of investing in a way that brings in the revenue that you're going to need. And I feel like that's the key. That's the real hack right there.
Hey, listen, bro, you gave a one hell of a sound bite, and I think I think the quote from here is, "I need checks. I need you to put that on a shirt. I need you to put that on a hoodie."
Facts.
I think that's a powerful man, because a lot of people they get to a certain point in life and they just say, you know what, I'm gonna be okay, but you really do need money coming in. Why not real estate? Why can't that be the choice?